Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. Good morning to you, Senator. So Majority Leader Thune, a few of your colleagues attended this meeting. They seem hopeful that we might be able to get a deal to end the partial shutdown. Based on what's been reported, what you're hearing, what do you think? Is this the beginning of the end?
I am so hopeful. Thanks, Charla and Mark. It is great to be with you. I do hope that this is the beginning of the end, primarily for the safety and security of the United States, but also for those incredible men and women that have been working tirelessly without a paycheck. So we need to ensure that we do wrap this up very, very soon. And there was a level of optimism last night as we were on the floor voting for Senator Mark Wayne Mullen to become the Secretary of DHS. There was quite a buzz where we think we've actually had a breakthrough. So again, a level of optimism today on Capitol Hill. We're anxious to see the final details, but please, let's end it. No more shenanigans from the Democrats. Let's make sure we're funding the entirety of DHS and ensuring that these men and women get their paychecks.
Yes, absolutely. And just a few days ago, President Trump said that he believed Republicans shouldn't make any deal with Democrats until the Senate passes this Save America Act. And now reports say that the party is looking at using reconciliation to pass parts of the bill, along with more ICE funding that may be lost in these negotiations to reopen. I know you don't have the votes to pass the bill as is, so is reconciliation the way to go here?
You know, I think it is a real possibility, and so we will continue to explore those options. You know, when I started my political career, I was a county auditor in charge of local elections. So this has been an important move for me. I believe that we should have voter ID. Iowa has voter ID. There are a number of ways that we could craft this bill to land in a reconciliation package. So we do have to think through it very carefully, make sure it's all worded appropriately, and that it is tied to budgetary concerns. But absolutely, any way we can get this over the finish line, I think is worthy of exploring.
I'm going to be fascinated just to watch to see how you can craft that to get past the parliamentarian, but that's an entirely different subject. So before we go, though, I do want to ask you about a new bill.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, I like that. Before, though, we go, I do want to ask you about a new bill you've introduced to tackle the rampant fraud we've seen across the country, the COST Act, essentially an itemized receipt for every dollar spent by agencies receiving federal funding. I mean, it sounds like how I have to do my expense report here at Newsmax. You turn in a receipt or they're not giving you the money.
Exactly. And there are so many projects out there that do not have price tags attached to them. And so the COST Act would require that every agency, when they are spending money, that the taxpayer has access to know how much that item or project cost. It is as simple as that. If we had had price tags attached to so many of these different grants that have gone out, dollars that went out the door, say in Minnesota, if we had seen the actual price tag of different projects, we would have questioned what the heck was going on. So a very simple step to prevent fraud in the future.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.